nos tecum. The Lord is with thee. She remembers thinking God must have written Ave Maria, or at the very least one of his angels. She's amused by this memory and knows now that it was written first as a poem by Sir Walter Scott in 1810. Franz Schubert then set it to music in 1825, and the Catholic Church must have taken it on after that, giving it its Latin liturgical version, because it has a rather compelling melody. As a child, she loved to set up toppling dominoes with her brothers and many cousins. Setting up elaborate runs in anticipation of that moment where one action would set off a chain reaction. She's recently returned from Benin, West Africa, where this footage was taken and where she became aware of it. It belongs in the Albert-Kahn Museum here in Bologna, and it was created by Father Francis Orpier, a Roman Catholic priest sent to Benin at the beginning of the 1900s. In the 17th century, Europe referred to the coast of Benin as the Slave Coast. By the middle of the 1800s, around 1 million people had been taken from Benin and sent to the so-called New World. What we're watching is a festival of the Epiphany, that Catholic story where the three wise men appear to baby Jesus and bring him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Apparently, Father Orpier struggled to elicit interest in his Catholic stories, and so it was Zodon Medje, the Voodoo king of the night, who advised him to replace symbols like gold, frankincense, and myrrh for alcohol and blood. She was born in rural Botswana, Southern Africa, in 1980, 50 years after the footage we've just seen, and 7,000 kilometers across the African continent. And at just 39 days old, she was cast as a baby Jesus in the Festival of the Epiphany. As her childhood passed, she went on to play an angel many times, the back end of a donkey once, and even Mother Mary. Perhaps this is where her love of performativity was birthed. One of her favorite songs as a child was Amazing Grace, but initially she misunderstood the lyrics. Amazing grapes, how sweet and round, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Grace was written by John Newton, an English clergyman, slaver turned abolitionist. She learns this through the work of contemporary South African artist and composer Neo Muyanga in his Grace project from Sao Paulo and Liverpool in 2021.
People used to sing this song thinking it was coming from the civil rights movement in the US, but in fact they didn't know it was written by John Newton, a slave trader from Liverpool.
De nombreuses personnes dans le monde pensaient que cette chanson parle du sentiment d'être un esclave, mais il s'agit en fait d'une chanson politique composée par un pasteur qui avait été marchand d'esclaves.
One of her clearest memories, aged about 5 or 6, is sitting in the Catholic Church in Johannesburg alongside her many cousins and brothers, and next to her oldest aunt, Sister Margaret, a nun of the Dominican Sisters of King Williamstown, South Africa.
L'un de ses souvenirs les plus précis remonte à sa 6e année. Elle est agenouillée dans l'église catholique de Johannesburg, aux côtés de ses nombreux cousins, ses frères et sa tante la plus âgée, sœur Margaret, religieuse de l'ordre des sœurs dominicaines de King Williamstown en Afrique du Sud. C'est ça?
Ouais. The priest enters for Mass, singing his Gregorian chants in Latin, and she thinks she hears something which stirs a tickle in her.
Lorsque le prêtre traverse la nef pour célébrer la messe, en chantant des chants grégoriens en latin, elle croit entendre quelque chose qui la titille. Oui?
Yeah. She whispers it as a question into her brother's ear, and he snorts.
Elle chuchote une question à son frère qui ricane et la transmet.
Yeah. He passes it along the pew, and it starts to shake with giggles.
Et les bancs commençaient à trembler de rire.
Is this man in a gold and white dress, swinging a strange smoking orb, really saying?
Est-ce que cet homme, dans cette tenue d'or et d'argent, disait réellement «
I bet you can't play dominoes.
Je parie que vous ne savez pas jouer au domino ».